and new bells and whistles integrations into Unity itself. That's going to make it much easier to build for Banter. And I think hopefully we should be in a position to start testing that with people in the new year, hopefully pretty early. And maybe by the time you get into it deep, have that ready.
In this particular instance is something for vision therapy, which I think I posted something about on the Discord a while back. Because when you work in vision therapy, one of the common things they do is have you look at a bead on a string or a wire or something and adjust your eyes to it, and then move the bead back and forth, trying to get your eyes to track together in a certain way. And I'm really passionate about that because that's how I got into VR in the first place. And I like bringing that kind of awareness to people. And I'd like to build a world that has some of these aspects. A friend of mine had something very nice in alt space that had a lot of they weren't all vision therapy oriented, but he had what one of the things I'm describing, which is what we call a Brock string, and had some also 3D images that you could go in and see if you can see the 3D and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I'm thinking I would like to do eventually, is build a world similar to that where we can go in and play with some of these vision aspects. Um, because I think that VR has a big place in the future of healthcare, and there's so much we can do. And I know Banter is mostly for fun. We come in here and have a lot of fun, but there are other things we can do in here also, and that's make awareness of some of these other uses for VR. So one of the other questions I had, besides vision issues, I also have hearing issues from an accident several years ago. And sometimes when I go into the worlds, the sound is so loud that it's actually painful. And I was wondering if you guys were eventually going to give us audio controls where we can turn down the volume in a world on our own to adjust it for comfort, because that's kind of an issue for me and a few other people, I believe, also. And it's not that I don't like the music; it's just that I can only take a little bit of it at a time. So I don't want to complain too much, but I have to protect my ears.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. Well, first of on your first point about running some of these, or creating some of this content, some of these worlds centered around vision therapy and other therapies, I think that sounds awesome. I'm all for exploring other ways to use VR beyond all of the
Mhm.
mad stuff that we all generally enjoy. But yeah, that sounds really good. And on the audio settings, yes, absolutely, we plan to have a plethora of audio settings once we complete the new menu overhaul. So that hopefully should be happening early next year, by the end of January, middle of February at the latest. So at that point, we should have a whole new system with loads of different options and settings to try and improve your quality of life and make your experience better. And yeah, I mean, in the meantime, in most cases, most video players, I'm sure you know this, Kalima, but I'll say it for others maybe who don't, but there's a mute and a volume control at the bottom of the video player in most worlds. In this
Mhm.
world, it's just down there on that console in the middle. So if you ever do need to turn things down, you can
Kalima
always
has
go
joined the
there.
space. Bavu has
Giancarlo
joined the space. Boris Trainer joined the space.
I'll work around in the meantime, but it's by no means an excuse. You're right to call us out. We need to get better settings and controls in there, but we've definitely got that prioritized in the new year.
Right. Yeah. The two places I'm thinking of in particular where it's an issue are in the back rooms, in the Mario maze, in the where it's got that computer music, and then the party room and back rooms also, because it's not coming from a player that you have access to, so you can't really mute it there. And I love hanging out in those rooms, but yeah, so that's the place where I have the biggest issue because I can't mute that.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well,
Well, look,
thank you so much.
Enchanting
maybe
Rose has
Aline,
joined the
if she's
space.
still here with us somewhere, I don't see her in this instance. But no, I don't know if she can hear us. But maybe we could look into
Fi has joined
trying
the
to make an update
space.
to the back rooms to reduce the volume of those audio files in the interim, right? If that's something that we can do, maybe we can do that, right? Because I know how much you enjoy being in there, and I would hate for there to be something simple that holds you back, right? So,
Yes,
uh,
absolutely.
yeah, maybe if somebody on my team could just take a note of that if Aline isn't here, and we can see what we can do about that for you, Kalima.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no
All right,
problem
that's
at
all
all.
I have.
Thank you. Thanks.
I have Daryl who would like to ask you a question. And I'll definitely
Daryl,
take that note for you. Yes. Let me go ahead
thank
and put you
you.
on megaphone. There you are.
Yes,
Dariones has
hi.
joined the space.
I was wondering
Angel
what will
Slay has
the
joined the
future of
space.
Banter be, because right now we can host event, you can host a lot of events, but when hopefully there will be like 1,000 people online every night, how will you keep up with doing
Enchanting Rose has joined
everything
the
you
space.
can right now? And yeah, so will there still be all these events? How will you do?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question, and it's a great problem to have. You know, when that's the position that we're in. I think, you know, when it comes to discovery, we have a bit of experience. For the last 4 years, we've been operating the largest standalone VR uh, games platform available, right? And in doing so, we've learned a little bit about discovery
Noid
along
has
the way,
joined the
just a little bit,
space.
right? We don't have a massive number of apps and games, but we certainly have a lot, and we have some discovery challenges, let's say, when it comes to how do we make sure that people can find the stuff that they want to find. And we've already talked about it internally. Our new menu system is going to have a search and filter to make it easier to find stuff. But into the future, when things get bigger and bigger, then breaking things up into different categories is certainly a way that we can start to make it easier to kind of find worlds and events of certain types. So there's going to be a bunch of ways that we can explore this. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I think, you know, that, like I say, will be a good problem to have, and I think whatever happens,
Mm,
we're going to take the situation on headstrong anyway.
okay, thanks.
Ander Havalego has joined the space.
And
Thank you, Dario.
yeah, that's all for me.
Okay, cheers. Okay, maybe somebody in the current instance here in front of me. I guess all of you can see me, so you don't know which one it is, right? But anybody who has a question, feel free to make your way down to the center of the beach.
Fi has joined
All
the
clear
space.
here on my side.
Okay, cool beans. Well, I don't know. Maybe we can just turn this into an impromptu light show event if there's no more questions, right?
That sounds
Fi
like an
has joined the
excellent idea.
space.
There's definitely some people here who haven't seen the light show.
Okay, well, we'll give it one last round. Does anybody have any questions? Feel free to make your way up to the front.
Wait, I may have
Otherwise,
another question for you. Hold on, Shane. Let me find out.
okay.
Nope, we're still clear
Fi
here.
has joined the space.
Still clear. I think I hear somebody hiding in the cave in there, saying
Please
something about
go on.
hand tracking.
Yes.
Are you hiding in the cave? Do you want to come out and
Yes. No,
let
no,
us
no,
all see you?
thank you. No, thank you.
Oh, no. We got somebody hiding in the cave, ladies and gentlemen, and they would like us to talk about hand tracking and where we stand with hand tracking, and they don't want to come out of the cave, so nobody go in there. In short, body tracking is kind of a priority for us right now, but I think hand tracking is probably on the near to midterm roadmap after that. I think body tracking is something that's definitely going to be popular this year. With body tracking and hand tracking, it starts to multiply up the amount of data that you need to sync inside the room. So it might mean that we have to make some sacrifices, let's say, when it comes to how many people we can have in a room of a certain scale on all types of devices, including standalone. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. Right. Well, are we in the actual island? We are. Okay. So what's the best thing then, Faye? Maybe we just let you take over the playlist and you can pick the first video to start us off.
Of course, of course. All right, everybody. Welcome to Crystal Lake, and we will present the light show to you now. Let me go ahead and turn down the lights a little bit.
What's up?
I couldn't see your projection really briefly.
Yes, we're out to flat avatar.
This is better if I'm in VR. I am going to come into VR.
Right, it's
so
something.
here
I
we
think
are.
so, yeah.
Turn
I
down
saw
the
it
lights.
myself.
1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to turn up the video light.
Hey Shane,
What's up?
did you get any
Here we go.
answer on a ticket that you were supposed to raise in regards to not being able to mix this space?
You know what? I completely forgot.
Movie screen.
Field of view maximized.
So,
Power up revolutionary projection system.
Crystal clear images enhanced.
Calibrate powerful digital speakers.
Laser aligned sounds perfected.
Prepare audience for maximum impact.
Audience engaged for full immersion.
The world's most immersive movie experience begins
See my message in Discord?
I don't know if I
now.
Yeah, it's in Space Bankers. Basically, I was asking about if you've had a chance to finalize the submission, and if the answer is let's talk about
Welcome
it
to
in Space Bankers, no worries.
IMAX, the world's most immersive movie
Finalize the
experience,
submission.
powered by a combination of the most
my world's ready
advanced
to go. I'd like to
technology.
submit it
We'll
today,
take you
so
from
I
the
wanna
edge of your
respond to
seat
that.
to the edge of reality. Enjoy crystal clear images and colors so intense they will take your breath away in specially designed theaters that bring you closer to the movies you love. Huge panoramic screens that allow you to escape into your favorite movie
Yeah, I sent you a
scenes,
friend request.
and immersive sound that will surround you from here.
So I'm gonna send in. I have some documentation that goes
Here.
on in space, which is part of why I want to submit it Friday.
And here.
How to get some background in space is what I'm
We can take you from a pin drop
I'll send that to you.
Fire it all over.
to the thunder of a jet engine. So, sit back and get ready to enjoy an unparalleled movie experience. IMAX. Never compromise.
Sorry for hiding away.
That's okay.
I have pretty bad social anxiety and stage fright.
That's
And
okay.
I wanted I have more questions with the next event because I don't feel like because they're dealing with building it and stuff. But I'll probably just ask you at the end.
Mine started February 4th, 1994.